Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Johan, and I'm a typical Dutchman. And I react to all kinds of videos about life and living in the US or life and living in Europe or specifically the Netherlands. And if you like this kind of content, reaction videos, then please subscribe to the channel and like the video. And for today, we're going to take a look at 10 reasons the USA is better than Europe. And now the world from the channel The World According to Briggs. Briggs is a name about a character in, I believe, a movie. Yeah, somewhere. But after all the videos that I did about how a lot of Americans say that Europe is better than the US, I think it's time to do one in the other direction. Let's see what he has to say, Briggs in this case, why the USA is better than Europe. Maybe I agree, maybe I don't agree, but at least we're gonna take a look at it.
On everyone, welcome back to World According to Briggs and a video about why the United States is so much better than Europe. This video came about after getting emails from Europeans for close to 3 years now telling me why the US sucks and Europe is so much better. I get these
The US sucks. Nah, the US doesn't suck. It's life is different
all the time. They often bring up some good, valid points, but they also like to hint at things like we're all just rude, arrogant, and dumb. That can be true about Americans, but that could be true about anyone. It's not like Americans have cornered the market on being rude. These people always act like they have it so much better in Europe, and the only thing the US has ever done was start wars. Honestly, that's like the general theme. That's what they always seem to go to, is we start wars. But US does have some bad things.
US start wars. We had a lot of wars over in Europe. We started a lot of them. So I won't say that US. Yet Russia did a lot of wars lately. So yeah.
The US has some great things, just like Europe. Every country, every town, every village, and every neighborhood has its good and its bad. If you don't understand that, you're kind of dumb. So let's take a look in no particular order at some things that make the US a far better option than Europe. Number 10, World Wars. We don't have them. We never have. We hopefully never will. We just don't have world wars here in the United States. We've had
No, but you have World Cups, World Cup football, without even the world participating. Not in this case, FIFA World Soccer, that's something else, but American football World Series, baseball World Series, who from the world is there? It's only the Americans, so why don't you have world wars?
Had a civil war, and we've had some other things. And before you do, stop typing. Yes, Pearl Harbor was part of World War II, and it was on American soil, but that was just an attack that took a couple hours. The Japanese also did take hold of some rock outcropping we had in the Bering Sea near Alaska. They stayed there for a couple months. We didn't even try and chase them out. But when it comes to world wars, no real combat on American soil other than those.
Correct. And if I may say so, that's why a lot of Americans don't see and don't feel the same fear that we have over here in Europe about being afraid for a war, for being afraid of what Russia is doing to Ukraine, and if Russia comes over to the rest of Europe. Poland is afraid because of the Germans, the Baltic states, so we had our experiences with a world war, with war in general on our country, on our soil. And that's why we're a lot more afraid of and do a lot about preventing the next war. That's kind of fear the Americans never know, because they did know, because there was never a war of foreign invaders on their soil. So, yeah.
We've joined other wars. Matter of fact, we joined 2 world wars in Europe to help Europe. I don't know if you Europeans remember, but there was this German guy with a funny little mustache, and he had plans for all of Europe and pretty much the entire world. If it wasn't for the United States, there's a good chance his dream would have come true.
If it wasn't for the United States, here we go. If it wasn't for the United States and the other allies, Australia, Canada, Great Britain, all those bigger allies, it's not only the United States. And for your information, the Canadians freed the Netherlands. It was not even the Americans.
Over 100,000 U.S. servicemen lost their lives in combat during World War II.
100,000. It's a lot. I respect it. It's a lot. But it's on the ranking way low down. Way low. But we were grateful for your help.
World War I, it was about 116,000. So we may have started some wars in our history, but we sure have helped out Europe with a couple of theirs. And from the looks of it, might be a third one on the way. Number 9, amusement parks. That World War II thing, World War I, was kind of depressing, so let's look at amusement parks. We excel at amusement parks. Europe has some wonderful things to do, don't get me wrong, but we set the bar for...
Yeah, he's right. We have great amusement parks over here in Europe. I've never been in the United States to any amusement park, but Disney World versus Disneyland Paris seems to be, for the people who do know, a big difference. So yeah, I guess so.
Amusement parks. The Six Flags amusement parks, our water parks, Disneyland, Disney World, Cedar Point, Hershey Park, Busch Gardens, Universal, King's Dominion, Kings Island, and one of my personal favorites growing up was Knott's Berry Farm. It's not the biggest and it's not one of the best, but it's just got a place in my heart. So it gets a mention. Euro Disney's nice, Euro Park, Port Adventura, Future Scope. Those are all nice, but it's nothing compared to what we got going on here in the United States. Okay.
I know. That he's right. He's right about that. I've seen one that's from a high, I believe somewhere in Las Vegas, that you can go for the real thrill seekers from at the top of a hotel. You go over the edge, down into, oh boy, with my fear of height, no way.
Legoland started in Europe, and that's pretty cool. We got some here in the United States, but we still blow everyone out of the water when it comes to amusement parks. Number 8, the U.S. economy. If you don't know, the U.S. economy is huge. It's by far the biggest economy in the world. The United States...
Yeah, and still a lot of people are belonging to the poorest people in the world.
Annual GDP is about $21 trillion. In a distant second, you have China with an annual GDP of $14.72 trillion. After that, you got Japan with $5.06 trillion GDP. At number 4, you get your first European country, and it's Germany. They only have a $3.85 trillion annual GDP. Then the United Kingdom is $2.76, and then after that, you got India, and then finally France, 2.63, Italy.
Yeah, Italy now is going through every European nation. But if you count the entire Europe, all European nations together, or you're comparing apples with oranges, because the GDP of, for example, Texas isn't as large as the GDP from, for example, Germany. So the whole of United States versus the whole of Europe, he does not make that comparison. He picks out single nations. But GDP, yeah, okay. What you do with the money, that's the question. And I've seen a lot of videos about this. It's going all to the military and how the people getting poorer and poorer and the rich getting richer, and all it's caring about are the EPS, the earnings per share. Shareholders, everybody. So why is there high GDP? because it's all about the money.
1.89. And if you look outside of countries, the state of California would come in 5th place with 3.4 trillion. So my question to the Europeans are, if we suck that bad, why do we make so much money? And
I just answered that question. Why does it make so much money? Because you have a lot of people who are poor, don't have a house, don't have a job. Only the rich and the famous, not even the famous, only the rich making more and more. I believe we're talking about the 1% earning more than the 99% for the rest of the world, of America. So, yeah, that's not over here in Europe.
feel free to leave comments about how we're corrupt and we take advantage of other countries like your countries don't also. Number 7, our technology. The United States has invented most of the really cool stuff. Sure, Europe has come up with the guillotine and the Iron Maiden, but the United States has come up with things like the personal computer in 1971, the weed whacker in 1971.
No, my friend. The personal computer is from Second World War and was invented in the Great Britain. Watch the movie.
1972, we came up with the video game console. 72 also gave us the MRI. 73 gave us the cell phone. This is all before 1980. In 1978, we invented microwave popcorn.
Microwave popcorn.
1986, we gave you the 3D printer. 1996, we gave you Google. 2005, we gave you YouTube. I should say 2004, we gave you Facebook also, but that's kind of working against us these days, it seems like. Along with in 2006, Twitter showed up. We also gave you the COVID-19 vaccine. I know.
Ooh, we gave you the COVID-19 vaccine? I'm not sure. I believe that Europe had its own research going, and even within the Netherlands, I believe we had our own research going. And
some of you don't think that was a good thing, but a lot of people do. If you want to go way back, 1938, we invented the chocolate chip cookie. Take that, Europe, you and your
the chocolate chip cookie.
croissant. Number 6, gas prices. Your gas prices suck, Europe, face it. I know you go by liters, and we're going to break it down for gallons, which we use here in the United States, and dollars, okay? I found a nice little chart that breaks it down as...
Yeah. Oh, the metric system. If something isn't good in the United States, then it's the metric system. The imperial system. We use the metric system.
Of May 1st, 2022. The highest gas prices in the world right now is Hong Kong, and it is $10.87 on average per gallon of gas. Norway, it's 9.13 for a gallon of gas. Monaco, it's $9 a gallon of gas. Iceland, 8.
Yeah, but the United States has its own oil production, and those countries need to import oil. They don't have their own oil production. So yeah, then the costs go up.
875, Denmark 869, Finland 864, Greece 838, Netherlands 833, Germany 791, United Kingdom 770. The list goes on. Sweden 769, Liechtenstein 766.
Liechtenstein. He looked it up. Does he know where it is? Liechtenstein?
Estonia 755, Switzerland 747. This list goes on. You know where the United States is? 84th in the world with $4.58 on average countrywide. Now, this is the point where a bunch of people here in the United States are going to leave some political comment or how they just paid $5.10 in Los Angeles or something. This is the national average. Good thing you...
Yeah, these oil pumps we don't have. I believe if the United States would not have his own oil production, the oil price in the United States would skyrocketing because how much oil there is being used in the United States, car dependent.
People in Europe like to ride bikes everywhere.
Or use the train.
Number 5, fast food. Now, this is a strange one, I know, because fast food isn't really something you should be proud of, but I will tell you right now, every single European I know, that's one of the first things they say is our fast food is amazing. The variety and the flavor is...
How old was this video? I just did a video a couple of days ago. How bad the fast food is in the United States with all the chemicals and the fake cheese, and the people get sick. Over here in the Netherlands, in Europe, we also have fast food. That's guaranteed, but we have it with decent taste and without any chemicals added to it or doing other FDA approved stuff. So, no. We have good food, healthy food.
Awesome. You have great food in Europe. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that. You have a lot of really classic cuisine. You know, I mean, the Italian stuff you got going on in Italy, France, amazing. I could really do without German food, but still, you know. But Americans that go over there, they bring that up all the time. And Europeans that come over here talk about how amazing our fast food is. Again, it's unhealthy. It's probably why we're one of the largest countries in the world as far as chubby people go. But still, it tastes great. We have a wide variety. It's something that's kind of awesome. Number 4, modern music. Jazz, blues, rock and roll.
Yeah, right on. He's right. The best music and films, audio and video comes from the United States. There's no doubt about it. Yep, that's better. There's a lot of films that we make over here in Europe, but the best ones are coming from over there. Yeah. He's absolutely right.
Rap, hip-hop, as far as modern music goes, it all started here, and anything that was done in Europe was basically a new version of something that came from the United States. Prove me wrong. Now, if you go...
Except the Beatles.
way back in music, Mozart, Wagner, Chopin, Bach, those are all great. But what have they done for us lately? I mean, they haven't done much for us lately because they all died like in the early 1900s or late 1800s or even earlier than that. They haven't done much for us lately. But
no. But the classical music is music that goes on forever. A lot of the modern day music is only today a hit. A lot of the music nobody cares about after 10 years. Only the best classicers are played with. But he is right, the best music comes from the United States.
Modern music is where the United States shines. What is considered to be the first rock and roll song ever was done by Ike Turner and Jackie Preston. They wrote a song called Rocket 88, and that is considered to be the first rock and roll song ever. If it wasn't for that, and then Elvis taking that type of music, and Buddy Holly and people like that, we wouldn't have had the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or some version of that. Again, don't get me wrong, there has been some amazing modern music that's come out of Europe, but yeah, we started it. Number 3, the landscapes. Now this one's going to be up.
Yeah, okay. The landscapes, let's hear what he has to say about it.
For an opinion, because Europe does have the Alps, amazing rivers like the Rhine, Lake Como, and other amazing lakes, the Azores, Tuscany, the Greek Isles, those are all great, but it doesn't compare to the sheer volume that we have here in the United States with places like Yosemite, Arches, the Great Smoky Mountains, the Rocky Mountains, the Great Lakes, the Everglades, Death Valley, the giant sequoias, the Redwoods, Yellowstone National Park, the Badlands, the Grand Canyon, the entire state of Oregon outside of Portland. That list can go on.
The entire state of Oregon. Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, okay. But that's America too. It's a great country to visit.
About amazing landscapes to see here in the United States. Europe does have some good ones, but just in sheer volume and numbers and things to see, we're a bigger country and we have amazing landscapes. So,
yeah, but less people per square mile, per square kilometers, because we had a lot of people living in Europe, so we need some space to build houses.
So we get the win, in my opinion, on that one. Now, to be fair, if we start looking at amazing buildings, ancient buildings and stuff, Europeans got us killed there. But, you know, I mean, the Colosseum, Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, so many other ones. We have nothing that compares to that, but our land and our natural beauty is, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, so much better.
Yeah. He's right.
Taxes. Everyone in the United States always seems to think they have the highest taxes. Not even close. The United States is ranked 44th. If you take what the United Nations considers a country and you rank them by how much they tax their citizens, this is how they're ranked. The Ivory Coast, for some reason, they're just taxing the hell out of everyone. But it's followed by Finland, Japan, Austria, Denmark, Sweden, Belgium, Israel, Slovenia, Netherlands, Portugal, Ireland, Spain, Iceland, China gets in there, Germany, United Kingdom, France, South Africa, South Korea, Australia, then we go back to Luxembourg, Greece, Italy, Turkey, which is not really in Europe, but you get the idea. And then after that, it goes down a while and you start seeing things like Switzerland, Monaco, Norway. And finally, way down there at number 44, you get to the United States. Here in the United States, we complain about our taxes an awful lot, especially how they're slanted towards the rich. Really don't pay that much taxes. And if you're middle class or below, you're getting gouged. That's how we see it. But if you rank them on a global scale, the United States isn't doing that bad. But that top 20 is filled with a lot of European countries.
Yeah, and the question is, what do you get back for those tax money you pay? Free healthcare, free education, good public transportation. Yeah, you pay tax, but you also get a lot back. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a winner on that case. Maybe you don't pay a lot of tax. But what do you get back from it, and how much money do you really need to come by, to live, to pay your bills? A lot of those are paid over here in Europe by some tax money. So I don't think so. It's a low tax rate, but what do you get back from those taxes you pay? And then every month or so you need to fill in some forms, etc. For a technical, advanced civilization who invented all kinds of computer stuff, there's still not a digital way to do your taxes once a year or once every quarter or so. Yeah.
All right, before we get to number 1, don't forget we have another channel called On This Day. We'd love it if you went over there and subscribe. There's a link down below. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, shopping. Yes, I'm
Yeah, consumerism. Spending money. That's important because then we have capitalism, people who make profit from spending money so that they can pay taxes, so that they have a good GDP, so they have earnings per share. Yeah, shopping is number 1.
sure a lot of you were a little shocked, but shopping is one of the biggest complaints Americans that move to Europe have about Europe, and Europeans that come to the United States, they love how easy it is to shop. Now, it's not just ease or whatever, it's convenience and actually customer service. Customer service really doesn't seem to be much of a thing in Europe, according to most people that have moved over there or visited. What we
Yeah, as long as you pay the tip.
would consider rude here in the United States really is kind of normal in Europe when it comes to someone working at a retail place or a grocery store, something like that. They don't really see it as rude, it's just very transactional to them and matter of fact. All right, that's today's video. Okay, if you've made it this far, here's the
Oh, look at this. Great country this is. Ooh, I must be careful, but I think it's the Notre, this is the Champs-Élysées. This is France, this is Paris, if I'm correct. If not, then correct me, please, but I believe that this is Paris we're looking at. Yeah.
the thing. Europe is a great continent. The countries there are amazing, but
Oh, yeah, sure, it's Paris. There we
for
have.
some reason, they seem to think that there's nothing wrong with all of Europe and just the United States has problems. And that's going by the emails and the comments that I get on a regular basis. Now, some of you
Oh, we won't say there's nothing wrong with Europe, but there's a lot going on in the United States that is going on in Europe.
You might be saying, well, why didn't you break it down by country? Well, is that fair? Look how big the United States is compared to, let's say, Germany or Switzerland or Austria. That's not fair. Each one of the countries are a little bit different, but all these kind of fit with what's going on there according to various studies and surveys of people from Europe that have moved to the United States and Americans that have moved to Europe. So it's, other than the stats, it's pretty much based on people's opinions. Is it perfect science? No. Is it entertaining?
No.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Besides giving you some information, that's one of the main things we want to do here is entertain you. That's why I say the most entertaining part of this video will be reading the comment section and how these people from Europe will lose it in the
We'll lose it. Yeah. Well, I did react.
comment section. Watch. And I promise you, their comments will be very condescending. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Be nice to each other.
Okay. Can I look at the comments? Okay. Bro mentions Wheat Waker alongside the computer as if it's that important. Nikolai, Tesla, Marie Curie, Conrad Röntgen, and many others. Yeah. Oh, Nikola Tesla. Yeah, okay. Marie Curie. Yeah. You gotta take the good with the bad. A lot of comments over there. 8 minutes. No one beating Europe for landscape, bro. Yeah. I cycled through Europe, a lot of countries, in Germany, in France, in Switzerland, in Italy, in Liechtenstein, in Luxembourg, and a lot of countries. It is, yeah, but I've never been to the United States, so there's no comparison for me. But Europe has a lot of beautiful sites to go to and to cycle through and to watch, yeah. As an American living in Europe, I can assure you that most Europeans don't feel that way. They're actually very nice, and you are absolutely correct on how every place has good things and bad things, but the political and the media culture in the US whoa, that's too complicated. Exasperates the bad things in the world to see just the berries and just buries the good things. Hard word for me. I've never seen this word. Exasperates, I believe. Absolutely. Love this video. Awesome. Well, that was a nice video. It was good to do. To see the good things of the United States. Of course, we do a lot of things about what's not so good at the United States, and I think this was a good counterpart of all the videos that we did lately. If you like this kind of videos, then this is good point to see the next one, and otherwise it would always be appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.